Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Tony Vinchelle with A Stronger You Fitness, ASU Fit, and the Becoming a Stronger You movement. Happy Tuesday, everybody. We are here for day 2 of our Butts, Guts, and Guns series for this week. I hope your Tuesday is going amazingly well. It's raining here in Houston today, but it's still a good day. I'm having a great day, and I hope you are too. So, today's topic. Hey, Latoya, how are you? Thank you for joining me. Oh, by the way, if you are on Facebook, in Facebook land, hop in, say hi, let me know who you are, say hello. Even if we've met before, I still enjoy communicating and engaging with all of you. So this is super awesome. Okay, so day two of the Butts, Guts, and Guns series. Today we are going to be talking about how to reduce the appearance of cellulite on your butt. I get this question all the time. It is a major issue for a lot of women, and so what I want to do is break down a few of the foundational concepts, a little bit of the information about what exactly cellulite is and what it really means, and how it actually affects you beyond what you are looking at aesthetically. And so from there, we'll go through some of the foundational concepts, and then at the end, I'm going to give you two specific techniques that you can try or that you can use to help reduce the appearance of your cellulite over time. Okay, so pink folder. We know that when the pink folder comes out, the knowledge is going in. So before I get started, I always like to recap what we have done and what we are doing so that everybody knows the schedule. Okay, Butts, Guts, and Guns week. Yesterday, we talked about butt sag. So the title was Why Your Butt is Sagging and What You Can Do About It. So if you missed that, you can watch that video from yesterday. Today, we are talking about how to reduce the appearance of your cellulite. Wednesday, on hump day, we probably should have done this one on hump day. Wednesday, we are going to be talking about how to get rid of this chicken arm, the flappy arm syndrome that a lot of women may deal with. On day 4, on Thursday, we're going to talk about why you may not be able to see your abs. And on Friday, 5 Tips Friday, I am going to be giving you 5 tips that you can implement immediately to start helping you tighten up your butt, your gut, and your guns, meaning your biceps and your triceps. Okay, so stay tuned for those Monday through Friday at 12 noon Central Standard Time. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. So first of all, let me go ahead and explain to you what cellulite is. We talk about it. There's all kinds of information about it. Fitness professionals write blogs on it, but they don't really tell you what it is. So I think we all know that part of cellulite, or the reason for cellulite, is because of the excess fat. Now, the purpose of fat is for storage. That's the one that everybody pays attention to. That's the purpose that everybody knows. But the purpose of fat is also to trap toxins that may be in your body. And so that fat is serving two different purposes. Now, what happens is in your glute area, and we talked a little bit about this yesterday, but you have these fibrous tracts that sort of build like this network around underneath the skin, and it's there to support the fat stores that are there. The issue with this fibrous network, these tracts, is that they are not elastic. And so they're more like cables. So if you can imagine, if you've ever seen anybody run cable, if you know anybody who's an electrician, or if you know anybody who is in IT, if you've ever seen anybody run cable and you see these interconnected loops and these basically look like nets of cables, that is what that fibrous tract is in your backside. It is not elastic, so it's not going to bend, it's not going to stretch. It's not like putting on a pair of elastic pants. And herein lies the problem, because these cables attach muscles also to that skin, to that deeper skin that's right there in the glute area. And what happens is, so you've got this network of cables. And so the fat, I don't know if you can see that, the fat starts to bulge through the network of cables. And so that's when you see that cottage cheese looking, that type of skin. That's what you're looking at. So you're looking at the cables that are being pushed beyond their capacity because there's so much fat being held in that area. And then the fat cells are literally bulging through those cables. And that's what gives you that cottage cheese appearance, that appearance of dents that some women may have. That's where you get that appearance from. Now, how does this happen? What happens is when, as you continue to consume more calories than your body is absorbing. Notice my language. Hey Sarah, how are you, ma'am? Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. Notice my language. Because when people talk about how we accumulate fat, most of the time what they will tell you is that you are consuming more calories than you are using, than your body is burning. And yes, that is true. But the other part of this equation is that your body is consuming more calories than it is absorbing, which means that not only may you have an issue of lack of activity or not enough activity, but there may also be some digestive issues associated with that as well. And so when people are saying, you know, I'm eating right, I am following the meal plan, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and I'm still gaining weight and I'm still exercising, it may not always be an issue of activity, although a lot of times when you sit down and you talk to people and you find out the truth, it is. It may also be an issue of the digestive system as well. So as you're consuming more calories than your body is absorbing, hey Tamisha, how are you? Then your body is absorbing, then you accumulate all of this additional fat. And all of these fat cells, they just continue to swell up and swell up and swell up. And so what happens is what this net is trying to do, it's basically compartmentalizing the fat that's in your backside. That's what it's doing. So it's compartmentalizing the fat. And then again, as you are continuously growing more and more fat cells, those fat cells are squeezing through that net, giving you that appearance. Now, the other issue is that as you continue to accumulate more fat in that area, and that network of cables starts to become compressed, because remember, it's not elastic. Those fibrous tracts that provide that support in your butt, those tracts are not elastic. So what happens is, as you continue to grow more fat or have more fat, then that tract becomes compressed. The problem is when those tracts become compressed, so does the lymphatic system in that area, as well as the blood cells. And so what happens is your lymph, that fluid that's supposed to be bathing the tissues, because that's what the lymphatic system is. You've got this lymph and it's a clear fluid and it's full of white blood cells, and there's all kinds of different white blood cells, and their jobs are to go in and find different agents in your body that aren't supposed to be there and rip them out, kill them, you know, flush them through the lymph, through that lymph into your blood system, into your bloodstream. And so when the lymphatic system is compressed and the blood vessels are compressed as well, then now you don't get that circulation. And so your body is not able to move the lymph, the blood is not getting to that area, and so you have these different blockages, and that also contributes to that cottage cheese looking type of skin. The issue with this is Anywhere your lymphatic system is not able to properly drain is an area where your body is not able to properly flush itself of all of the toxins in that area. And so what you must understand is that when you are looking at your cellulite or your cottage cheese, it's much more than what's going on with you aesthetically. It's much more than just, I don't like the way I look in a bikini, or I don't like the way that I look in a thong, or I don't like the way that I look with my clothes off. What you are looking at is a physical representation of the fact that there is a part of your body that is not completely draining all of the toxins. And I want you to sit with that, and I want you to understand that. Okay, because one of the things that I try to do is I coach you. Hey, Ada, is that I coach you beyond your aesthetics. And so we must start to understand that when we are having these issues, this is so much more than just your aesthetics. This is so much more than just you wanting to look good in a bikini or you wanting to look good in a thong. Understand that anywhere in your body where your lymphatic system is not able to properly drain, that is an area in your body where your toxins are not properly being flushed out. So we must look at this as so much more as an aesthetic issue, because over time it will become a health issue if you don't acknowledge it and start doing what you need to do to take care of it. Okay? Now, I'm going to give you 2 techniques that you can use. However, let me say this. I'm going to give you some foundational concepts first. Because, and you will hear me say this all the time, many times when we listen to these videos, we listen to these audios, we read these books, we use these infographics, we post these pictures on Facebook, we are always looking for the newest thing. What's the quickest way to get rid of it? What's the magic food that I'm supposed to eat? What's the magic exercise that I'm supposed to do? We are always looking for the magic. And what you must understand is that there are, in all things, there are a set of core foundational principles that do not change. And anything that you see, whether it is a new book or a new workout program or a new meal program or a new guru that's coming out, all that you are seeing is what has been built upon these foundational concepts. They do not change. And so if you don't handle these foundational concepts that I'm about to give you now, nothing that you do is going to work permanently. Thank you for the thumbs up, by the way. Okay, I'm going to say this again. If you don't handle on the foundational concepts that I'm about to give you, nothing that you do is going to permanently give you the results that you are looking for. Okay? Okay. So let's start with number 1. Take care of your gut. So remember, in the beginning, I said that fat accumulates not only because of calories that are not being used, but fat also accumulates because of calories that are not being absorbed. And so if your gut health is not optimal, if your intestinal flora is out of balance, and you are not properly digesting your food, either because your flora is out of balance or because you have some nutritional deficiencies that you are not taking care of, then your meal plans and your workout plans, what's going to happen is you're going to be working against yourself. It's like taking 3 steps forward and then you end up taking 5 steps back. Everything begins in your gut. And so you must make sure that you are taking care of that. And one of the things that you can do to take care of that, which you already know to do, is to ensure that you are drinking at least half of your body weight in ounces of water every single day. This helps to flush out your lymphatic system. It helps to flush out your gut system, your intestinal system, and all of that. Okay? This what's funny to me is when I see people taking fat burners and they're not exercising, or they're taking some kind of magic fat pill or magic fat supplement, and they're not exercising and not drinking water. Here's the thing, right? You can break fat cells all day long, right? You can find a magic tool and go in there and break every fat cell in your body. But if you're not drinking the water to flush your body of the contents that are being released from those fat cells, the only thing that happens is that they recycle themselves and they find themselves right back in your fat cells. And so you may see some results instantly. You may see some results within the first week or two, or maybe the first 30 days. But the fat cells are going to swell up again. It's going to come back because you haven't developed proper habits. Okay? Number 3, decrease, or better yet, eliminate your nutrient deficiencies by rotating a variety of different foods, a variety of the right foods in the right amounts. Cut out processed foods or significantly decrease them. And in terms of what the right foods are going to be for you, or what the right amounts of foods are going to be for you, I'm going to say this again. If you have not downloaded the infographic Fitness and Nutrition for Busy Professionals, you are doing yourself a disservice, because it will tell you exactly what kinds of foods, give you a list of some different kinds of foods that may be beneficial for you, as well as it will also teach you how to customize your meal so that you know that you are getting the right foods in the right amount for yourself. You can find that at asufit.com/for busy professionals. Make sure that you grab that. Number four, you should be challenging your glutes at least twice a week. I think it is super funny when I see women do those little cute glute workouts. Is there a certain time of day to eat certain foods based on how active you are during the day? Yes. And that is also in that infographic as well, because it talks a little bit about nutrient timing. However, before you really start trying to hone down on nutrient timing, it's best just to get the habits. Just to get the right eating habits down. Okay, so back to number 4, challenging your glutes at least twice a week. I think it is so cute when I see women do those little cute workouts in the gym, because they're like, oh, I'm working my glutes and I'm going to squat a little bit here and squat a little bit there and I'm going to lift. And they look so cute. Like they have their little selfie sticks and their little tripods and they're just like, and I'm looking and I'm like, you are doing absolutely nothing. You are doing absolutely nothing but looking cute in your workout clothes. And everybody thinks that you are really putting in working. Oh yeah, I'm really working the glutes. No, you are not. Okay? You must challenge your glutes. Now, this can be done in the form of maybe using heavier weights for some of your glute exercises. Or it could be done in the form of using a lot more reps than you are used to. Now, if you're only going to work your glutes 2 days a week, which theoretically you can actually work your glutes every single day. But if you're only going to work them 2 days a week, then I would suggest make one day a heavy day and then make another day a day where you are doing lots and lots and lots of reps. And by lots of reps, I mean like 100 or more. Yeah, because 20 reps is cute on camera. That's not going to help you very much. Just going to put that out there. I know it's cute. I know that's what we see on all the little Facebook videos. And it's, oh yeah, 20 reps is cute. But if you are really trying to deal with your cellulite, that's not going to help you. Okay? That's on the days that you're doing lighter reps. Now, the days that you're doing heavier weights, then of course you're not going to be doing 100 reps, or you might be crazy like me, because I'll do 100 reps on heavy weights, but I'm crazy like that. So you don't necessarily have to be like me. What's up, Nick? How are you? Thank you for joining me this afternoon. Okay, and then the last one that I'm going to give you before I give you the 2 strategies is you must stay consistent. You must stay consistent. I don't care what they tell you about their 30-day booty reset, their 90-day glute rehabilitation program, get the best glutes of your life in 2 weeks. I don't care what they tell you. You must be willing to put in the time. If you are really working on your cellulite and you are not willing to dedicate a year or more to working specifically on the cellulite on your butt, you will not get anywhere near permanent results. Point blank, period, end of story. It's not going to happen. It's not going to work. You're going to look really good for 3 months, and then it's going to start slowly but surely creeping itself back up there. Okay? All right, so now let's get to the 2 techniques. Now remember, I'm going to say this one more time. What I'm about to tell you means absolutely nothing if you are not willing to do the first 5 things that I mentioned. Absolutely nothing. Okay? So here goes. Strategy number 1, or technique number 1, is to find a massage therapist who practices lymphatic drainage massage. Now, a lot of times lymphatic drainage massage is for people who have lymphedema. And when you look it up online, that's the information that... Okay, we're back. Okay, so lymphatic drainage massage, again, typically that is for people who have lymphedema. And when you look it up online, that's the information that you're going to find. Lymphatic drainage massage is a specialized technique where they actually go in and stimulate the lymph nodes so that they can empty their contents. So you can find a massage therapist who has been trained in that technique to work specifically on your butt. Specifically on your butt. Again, it's called lymphatic drainage massage. It's a specialized technique, specialized massage technique that is used to stimulate the lymph nodes so that they can empty their contents out into the bloodstream. Okay, but remember, if you go back to one of those first 5, if you are not drinking enough water, none of that is going to matter. Okay, so that's technique number 1. Technique number 2, strategy number 2, is a process called ultrasonic cavitation. Now, what this is they will literally use heat and radio frequency. Okay, so what the heat does is, in the beginning, the heat will sort of make the fat cells a lot more malleable. Okay, it makes them a lot softer, it makes them a lot more fluid, and it makes it easier for them to empty their contents. Okay, so that's the heat. And then the radio frequency, like it's literally sound waves. And so sometimes if you get this technique done, you actually may even be able to hear the sound waves in your ear. But it's literally sound waves, and what the sound waves do is they break apart the fat cells. They literally break open the fat cells, and all of those contents are emptied out into your bloodstream. And then that combination of the heat and the radio frequency also helps to tighten the skin. Okay, so 2 strategies: lymphatic drainage massage or ultrasonic cavitation. But let me tell you something. If you are not under 20% body fat, neither of those techniques is going to make much of a difference for you. Okay? And I'm telling you this because there are people who will take your money. Okay? I actually have a certification in ultrasonic cavitation using radio frequencies. So I can do skin tightening, I can do ultrasonic cavitation, I can do all of that. I'm actually certified in that. In the training that we received as part of the certification, one of the major points that they wanted to make to us is that if your client is not under 20% body fat, you should not take their money. So I'm telling you right now, there are therapists and there are people who will take your money. They will promise you all over the world. But understand that Tony Vinchell with ASU Fit told you on this day, Tuesday, April 11th of 2017, if you are not under 20% body fat, none of these techniques are going to make a difference for you. So you must be under 20% body fat, and you must understand that it will take several of these treatments, whether you choose to go with lymphatic drainage massage or whether you choose to go with the ultrasonic cavitation. It will take several of these treatments, which is why I said, unless you are willing to dedicate at least a year or more to fighting off your cellulite, this is not a battle that you even want to start, because all you're going to do is disappoint yourself. Okay? All right, so lymphatic drainage massage, ultrasonic cavitation work really well. However, you must be under 20% body fat, and you must be willing to have several treatments done over an extended period of time in order to help you get those results. Okay? So I hope that that was helpful. Does anybody have any questions? Questions, comments, screams of fury and pain? Anybody? I'm here for a couple of minutes. Butts, guts, and guns, people. That's what we are talking about this week. Butts, guts, and guns. Does anybody have any questions? Go ahead and pop them down here. And then I'll always remember that if you watching this, if you're watching the replay, if you are listening to the podcast, if it's after the live, you can always come back and put your comments or your questions down, and I do go and check them throughout the day. And so says, very helpful info, Tony. Thanks so much for sharing. Oh, you're welcome, Tamisha. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Quickly, if you are in the city of Houston, my Butts and Guts class is still open. Tuesdays and Thursdays, it's slotted for 15 people. However, the first 10 people that sign up for that class are going to get that class at $200 a month. It's typically $35 a session, but literally all we do for an hour is work your butt, your gut, and your guns, meaning your biceps and your triceps. So all of those areas, those major areas that we really care about, that is what you are going to get for a complete hour. So if you want to sign up for that, you can go to asufit.com/BG2. B as in boy, G as in girl, the number 2. asufit.com/BG2 if you want to sign up for the Butts, Guts, and Guns class. And like I said, only $200 a month. It'll be for the first 10 people who sign up. And $200 is a deal. If you know what my personal training package is, then you definitely know that $200 is definitely a steal here. Also, don't forget, you can catch me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at A Stronger You. That's ASTRONGERU, the letter U. So that's where you can find the videos and all that cool stuff. And you can also catch this on podcast at asufit.com I'm sorry, let me take that back. At soundcloud.com/ASUFit. That's where you will find the podcast. So if nobody has any questions, oh, by the way, please make sure that you like, share, subscribe, all this kind of stuff. I'm definitely trying to make sure that I'm reaching a larger audience as well. So if you have people in your audience who you think would benefit from this information, please make sure that you share the video or the podcast. I would definitely appreciate that. But if there are no more questions, I thank you guys so much for hanging out with me this afternoon. I love you all, and until we speak again, stay strong, stay beautiful, and always, always, always work towards becoming a stronger you. Peace out.